What's up, YouTube? So I just wanted to kind of give some of my quick thoughts on the Miami Dolphins' first preseason game here against the Bears. Um, so I have some notes, and I just have some stats as well. Um, One thing I do want to talk about, obviously, the penalties. It's going to be a thing with pretty much every preseason game. But we did have 10 today. That's just accepted penalties. The Bears had 6. So that is something I would like to see improved. We also gave up 6 sacks this game, I believe. And we got 3 in return, so that's not great. Also, with those sacks, 2 of them were fumbles from Quinn Ewers. But beyond that, I'll get into like individual performances. I'll start with the 3 quarterbacks. Tua came in for the first drive. He looked fine. 5 for 6, 27 yards. He led them into the red zone. Pretty much got to the goal line, but we couldn't punch it in. So no real complaints there from Tua. Zach Wilson also looked okay to me. Nothing crazy. He went 5 for 9, 96 yards. Quinn Ewers looked pretty bad. I thought his pocket presence and everything like that, his accuracy, decision making, I don't think any of it was quite there. But it is only his first preseason game. I'm interested to see how he develops throughout the rest of this preseason process. I'm not sure how much more we're going to see of Tua in the preseason. We'll see. But Quinn Ewers went 5 for 18 for 71 yards. He did have a couple pretty good throws, though. I will say that. And overall, the offensive line looked pretty bad throughout the game, both in run blocking and pass blocking. I mean, 6 sacks is pretty bad. And Zach Wilson's pocket presence wasn't the greatest either. I will be clear on that. Some other things, Malik Washington and Taj Washington in the receiving game, I think both looked pretty good. Malik Washington got 4 catches, and then also had a rush. We were doing a lot of motion stuff with him, which is no surprise. He looked pretty good. Taj Washington had 3 catches for 58 yards. So I thought both of them had pretty good games. Malik Washington, a lot of his catches also were on third downs and like conversions and stuff, which was cool. Nick Westbrook-Akine, he had the one pretty good play. He had 1 catch for 35 yards. That was a pretty big one. Alexander Madison got hurt, and someone else did too. Elijah Campbell also got injured. So we'll have to see exactly the severity. I believe that with Elijah Campbell, it was something to do with his knee. We'll see how bad that is. Let's see. Derek McClendon at edge, he looked pretty good. He got himself a sack and had a lot of pressures. Grayson Murphy also had a sack and had some pressures as well. Both of our edge rushers that played a good amount of the game. Benito Jones got half a sack. Who was the one that got that with him? I think it was Willie Gay Jr. Yes, it was. So, yeah, shout out to them for that. D. Eskridge looked really good in the return game, and also I believe he had himself a catch as well. Let me see. No, he did not. He didn't have a catch. Okay. It was just a return game. Got it. Matt Dickerson on the interior D-line was making some plays. That was good. And overall, one thing I noticed too, which wasn't really a surprise, is on defense, our coverage overall was pretty bad. I think we were kind of giving up some plays we shouldn't have. But again, our cornerback room is pretty bad. And if Elijah Campbell at safety is hurt too, that's just only going to hurt our depth even more. I am kind of concerned for sure. I feel like we definitely have to try to do something with this DB room. It's looking pretty spooky going into this season. I didn't have a whole lot to really say These were just some kind of quick notes and stats I took note of during the game. Um, I mean, none of it really surprised me. Was I surprised that our offensive line wasn't that great? Not really. Obviously, the starters really, I believe, only played in the first drive with Tua, and a lot of them kind of subbed out after, I believe. I think Jonah might have played a little longer, as he should have. Uh, let's see. Oh, Kenny Grant also. I will say he didn't make any massive plays, but I did notice the effort. Like, no surprise, he was like that at Michigan too. But like a man his size running and trying to hawk down a defender. A receiver as he's running past him. I do like those types of things. So I did want to say that as well. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Not a whole lot of surprises. The big things, like I said, the offensive line play, the penalties, those things are definitely gonna have to improve. But there definitely were some positives. Like I said, both Washington's, the two receivers, I thought they looked good. Um, Edge rusher depth also looked good, like Derek McClendon, Grayson Murphy. I think both of them looked pretty good. Matt Dickerson on the interior, I think he looked pretty decent. So we'll see. But yeah. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. If you liked it, I appreciate hitting that like button. If you have any questions or comments in the comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.